Yeah.
This is what you need to. This is what you need to play right now, dude. You're probably gonna get copyrighted for this shit, but
Oh yeah. Ooh. From the top row to your collection, this collecting the 1, 2, 3 presented by Cardboard Dugout. I am your host, Moon 3PO, and this is my tag team partner, Bro Pio, coming through with our Night of Champions recap. And of course, as always, some hobby talk. But before we get into that, Bro Pio, how you doing?
pretty good. Nothing to complain about. Happy Wednesday to all of you who celebrate. Well, by the time you hear this, it won't be any Wednesday, but I mean we are recording on Wednesday, so
The Ren and
yeah,
QCC stocks are up.
rank
Never been
QCC
higher.
stocks are higher. Can never been higher. Only going up from here. So I'm chilling. How you doing?
Yes, I am doing well. Yes, we are recording this here Wednesday night. This episode will probably be out Friday morning. So happy early 4th to those who celebrate. Quick off a little tangent because we're having a discussion at this dinner. So unless I'm an idiot, so maybe this is where my true colors are really going to be shining here. People have been promoting July 4th as America's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
Isn't it the birth of freedom? Aren't they missing that? I haven't, unless I'm an idiot. Like that, because we were technically already the United States already, weren't we? We gained our freedom on July 4th, like 76.
Well, that's like the establishment they established to, because that was I think you're getting confused with like colonies, right? Like you're getting confused with like the establishment of the 13 colonies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Weren't we already like a somewhat of a country, but we were just under Great Britain?
Really. No. Because every little state, I don't know if they were considered states, I remember, but everybody acted their own way. Like nobody had there was no central body of governing, if I'm not mistaken. And that's why when they did the Declaration of Independence, that kind of established that's like the first establishment of the United States. 1776, 250 years ago, my dog.
Oh, I guess so. I guess you may have convinced me.
But you're getting it confused with Columbus Day. That's what you're confusing with.
Probably.
Or what is it called now? Indigenous
Day.
Sorry. Yeah. Whatever you celebrate. Christopher Columbus. Indigenous People Day. Yeah. Depending on who you ask.
But yeah. Conversation at dinner. I was like, I keep seeing people promoting it. Like, I see flags like "Happy Birthday, America," this and that. I was like, technically, weren't we already America? We just gained our freedom on that day.
No.
Damn. All right. Well, listeners collecting the 1, 2, 3. Let us know. Give me a history lesson, or did I go back to school? Shows how much.
History buffs. Sign off in the comments, man.
Yeah, sign off in the comments. I'm a little say, Moon, you're a fucking idiot. That's all you gotta say, and I'm like, all right, valid.
Note taken.
Note taken. Valid point. I agree.
I don't want to see you doing any shenanigans on the 4th of July.
I don't like hot dogs. What the hell are you gonna see me doing on 4th of July? I don't like fireworks.
That's true.
I might slam a couple of brewskis.
There you go. There you go.
A couple of pies, maybe, but I don't like hot dogs. What the hell else?
Do some hamburgers, maybe. So cheeseburger.
That's true. I don't know. We'll see.
Fire up the grill. Fire it up.
Fire it up. But yeah, as we obviously can tell by the title of this episode, this is our Night of Champions recap. We will be covering. We're not going to cover the whole card. Obviously, we're just going to cover the big takeaways here. Obviously, there is one big takeaway, that being the main event. And obviously, you've been living under a rock, which if you're listening to the podcast, I don't think you are. Obviously, Sami Zayn now being your new WWE Champion. We're going to talk all about that there. Obviously, the King and the Queen of the Ring matches here. I believe we're pretty spot on with all of our. Or at least I was. I know I got the Seth one wrong, and obviously the main events. I think the way the card ended, I think we were kind of even in the way it worked out. But obviously, we're going to talk all about it here. Typically, we're not also a Monday Night Raw or SmackDown reactionary weekly episode podcast, but obviously there are some events that happen on Raw that we will obviously talk about that are pretty important as we head into SummerSlam. And then as far as the hobby talk here, it was again and we talked about it last episode. The fault of Fanatics Collect here is the lack of promoting. Obviously, here this past weekend or Sunday, I believe, we officially had the Triple H Cerebral Assassin Superfractor from Topps Finance officially sell. We'll talk about that, kind of give our 2 cents about that. A couple more patches, or at least one patch, hitting Fanatics Collect. There is also a 2026 Topps Decade. We'll talk about it a little bit, not really too much to write home, and obviously we'll talk about that here when we get there. And then obviously at the end we may have some potential announcements, but obviously we'll get there when we get there. But let's first head off to Night of Champions. So Night of Champions did not watch live. I would see if you guys follow my YouTube channel at Moon3PL, check out the link down below. Had a very eventful Saturday. Was part of a TCG event, sort of, kind of, not really. And then had a card show. So did not watch this live. And there's a full vlog over, which you guys have been killing the vlog. I really do appreciate it. It does show me that you guys like that. So maybe we'll be doing that more in the future. Which that link is down below if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify and Apple. Links down below to that vlog. So did not watch the live, so did have to catch the replay. Overall, I would say a very solid Night of Champions. I know last episode I was probably sounding like a little bit of a negative Nancy. And again, that was just coming from the fact that this card was being promoted and the PLE was promoted as Night of Champions, but you only have 3 championships being defended. When you're leaving off the women's tag team titles, the men's tag team titles, the SmackDown tag team titles. Granted, those tag team divisions are non-existent. No reason why those matches or those titles should not be defended. The men's IC title, the women's IC title, like, not being defended here. So hell, if you want to get a little bit crazier, if you want to even dig dive even further, like NXT or whatever, like none of those titles being defended during that week. So that was my only bad thing about the card itself. But I mean, overall, all the matches were superb. Don't think there was realistically like one bad match. I think all matches flowed pretty well. The outcomes, I think, were probably what you could have predicted, or probably your best outcome. But yeah, again, if I was to give it my drop kicked rating there, I would say a solid 3 stars. I can't think of realistically a bad thing. Obviously, some length of the matches maybe, but I really can't think of a bad thing to come out of this card.
Yeah, think it's just one of these. I think it's honestly like your typical WWE PLE. It had its moments, but it also, aside from like maybe one or two few things, nothing really stood out for me. Kind of just felt like a nice, safe PLE to me. I did enjoy the steel cage match between Braun and Seth.
Yeah, they killed it.
Yeah, that was a really good match. Obviously, we'll talk about the main event here in a little bit between Gunther, Sami, and Cody. Io and Liv was good. I feel like they probably didn't let it out too much because obviously we're getting a rematch here at SummerSlam. So maybe that one would be turn up a little bit a notch. Who else am I missing here? Jade and Tiffany didn't really care for it that much. Trick and Ricky, unfortunately, also didn't really care for it too much. And then your opening match with Oba and Jay, it just kind of felt, now that we know as we get into Monday Night Raw, I don't think Jay should have been in that position to begin with. I think the match went like probably 7 minutes.
Yeah, so I think 7 minutes and change, like close to 8 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, so I really don't. I mean, if they were just gonna have Oba, well, honestly, well, I'm gonna jump ahead, but if Oba's just gonna be giving up his title shot here, should have even won the match to begin with too. So, yeah. So like for stuff like that, kind of puts a little bit of a damper on it. So for some reason, I'd probably give it like a C plus, maybe C plus, B minus. I honestly enjoyed Great American Bash more than I did Night of Champions. Unfortunately, did not get to watch Forbidden Door. Sunday's just crazy at the house, all that wrestling, and then we had House of the Dragon. Me and the wife are currently locked in on Love Island as well, so there's just too much going on watching the TV. So yeah, Forbidden Door, did not get to watch it. I know Slammiversary was also on, I think earlier in the day. Did not get to watch it. Yeah, it was a pretty big wrestling weekend, but yeah, can't complain.
Yeah, and I think that's that's why I gave it like a 3 star. It wasn't a 4 or 5 star because I think there was different ways that you could have gone to this card that would have been a little bit more exciting. And I believe I kind of hit the note last episode where we're kind of at that time kind of questioning the Oba direction, and obviously we'll just mix it in all together like Oba winning King of the Ring. And then thus on Monday Night Raw, the whole question mark is I don't even know why you begin to tease Roman in this type of deal when you know exactly that's where the story was going to head. And I say that meaning going back to Brock, like what was the point of teasing that? Um, 'Cause it circles back here, like, I get protecting him. I obviously, he's been given a rocket, and they're taking him to the freaking moon, and well deserved. I'm not complaining about that at all. It's overall, again, the booking of this, because to even circle back, like you just mentioned, like, should have Jey Uso really been in that position? Like, you really couldn't give that to Javon Evans? Like, those 2 had fantastic matches down at NXT, and if anything, you have a better story there. Like, Javon Evans could have been like, I can beat you. Like, I've done this before, or I could do it. I don't believe he beat him in NXT, actually. I think he
He did not.
lost the
No.
count. Yeah, he lost the actually,
Yeah.
yes. The same thing. Kind of going back to his NXT run where Oba beat Ricky for the NXT title at Deadline. Javon Evans won the match and then challenged him the next night, and then he lost that. So I mean, your story was
Yeah.
right there. Like, I can't beat you, but I couldn't beat you back then, but I'm gonna beat you now. Like, your story was right there. Minus from this Oba and Jay thing, like really didn't have. Granted, these are tournaments, so they really don't need a story. But if you want to add a little bit more to it, give us a little bit more excited for the match. Like, your story was right there. Um, so like having Jey Uso in that spot, like I don't really think he benefited from that. And obviously, there's already some spoilers already for Friday Night SmackDown because they did do a double taping. So I don't think he's benefited from anything so far. And again, kind of mixing in Oba giving up his title shot there. Basically, the excuse giving out that title matches and challenges are always going to be there, but Brock is only here for a short time. Uh, I don't want to also ignore that. I am excited for the match, Brock and Oba. I think Brock and Oba in a Hell in the
In a
Cell
Hell
is
in a
going to be
Cell.
a fantastic match. I don't remember. I think Brock's last time in a Hell in a Cell was against the Undertaker. I think, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2019, 28. No, when was that? Oh man, my years
So
are
which
all
one?
fucked. When Brock and Undertaker fought, I think it was like a little bit after. My years are all janked. It wasn't 2018, 2019. It was when they Brock beat the streak and Undertaker came back with like short hair, and then like it was kind of weird because like Undertaker like low blowed him and he took off like the cover off the man and two-stoned him and beat him and he took them out. That's when Brock threw him the finger and he took them out with the
Yeah.
triangle. I don't even remember when that was, but I believe
Yeah.
that was his
Maybe 15, 16,
15,
maybe.
16. Yeah,
Because
I
30 was
believe.
in 2013, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
And I don't believe in all the lore. I don't believe Roman and take. Oh no, they did. They did do one. Maybe I'm wrong because I know they did that stupid finish. I think it's Saudi. I think where Roman speared Brock through the fence and like Brock
Oh,
landed
yeah, this
weird or like
okay. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, he has been in some type of those kind of matches before, but I mean, it's Brock and Oba. Like that's gonna be very very
Yeah.
exciting. So I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna ignore that. But again, I think if your whole direction was to get to Brock and Oba part 3 and have, oh, I would assume this is it for Brock. This has to be SummerSlam, your main event night 1. I would think this
Your
has to be
hometown.
it. Your
Yeah.
hometown. Like, I think this has to be it. We've talked about how Brock loves SummerSlam, how it's kind of, again, like a full circle moment for him in his career. So I am excited for the match, but I think there was obviously different ways you couldn't gone there. And same thing for Io Sky and Liv Morgan. Like again, do we need to have Liv Morgan be in that spot? And now it runs back to question like, are we gonna have or see Liv lose back-to-back PLEs? Obviously, again, we have that potential Judgment Day implosion that could potentially be there for SummerSlam. Obviously, the way to work around it this time around was having Danhausen curse Liv Morgan, thus leading
Yeah.
to her defeat. And I know they've been having some defeats. There's some funny antics this past Monday night, past Monday Night Raw as well. But do we finally see the breaking up of the Judgment Day and going back to that curse? Again, a fine match, a great match, but again, like you mentioned, they're a little bit short. Obviously, I believe here it is due to the fact that they are obviously saving their bigger match, their more meaningful match there for SummerSlam, which again, I no doubt in my mind that will be another banger. But again, circles back to the ink is like we couldn't have like Like, we couldn't have Roxanne Perez in that spot. Like, hell, we couldn't have Raquel be in that spot. Like, there's different names that I could think of right now that could have been way better for EO, and thus leading back to Liv Morgan. But yeah, again, I just think there's just the way we got here is bad, and I think that's why I still give it like a 3 stars, give or take. Like you mentioned, Seth and Braun, fantastic match. I actually had Braun winning on the prediction pod, but not mad about it. Obviously, thus Seth Rollins winning, which obviously leads here to Seth and Roman. I don't know how many matches they've had now. I think it's like 3 or 4 at this point. It's very slim. It's not a lot. But
Is this the first one since when Seth trolled him in the Shield gear?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know the match end. Was it in a DQ or something?
Yeah.
I remember.
I think he either hit him with the chair, or he had him in that like guillotine chokehold, and I think Seth caught the rope break, and he didn't break it.
That's what it is. Because when Seth was cutting that promo, you never beat me. And I was like, what? I was like, is that true? Because I was like, when he was talking about that 4-year reign, I was like, I know they fought one time when Seth had the Shield gear and stuff, but I never actually went to go and look at the actual match and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think that might be the last time they've gone 1-on-1.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely last time. Yeah. Yeah. So I put out a post on it when I saw it. Because to be honest, I didn't even watch Monday Night Raw live. I had to catch the replay because I forgot I was there at 5 and I was still working. So I had to go back and watch the full replay. And I put out the post there again. Like, Seth and Roman don't need a story, but again, circles back to how we got there. Like, we couldn't have Seth and Braun like wrestle for the men King of the Ring and have that be your stipulation. Granted, the steel cage match, again, a fantastic match, but couldn't have that be your stipulation, thus leading to Seth getting after Roman. Again, it to me just seems like the final boss 2.0, where Cody just like, oh, I'm gonna beat you one day, but it's not gonna be right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna come beat you, and then obviously we know how that went. But that's literally how I felt, and this one's a little more positive because there's a little bit, at least a better direction. But yeah, a lot of truth in that promo from Seth Rollins. And I think I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Seth Rollins, one of the most underrated performers, both in ring and on the mic. Like, when he's passionate and into your feud, and obviously Roman, like there's really not much more you can say about them too. But that was probably one of the better Seth Rollins promos in a long time. More passionate, obviously, and again, a lot of stakes here. It really felt. I felt old because I remember seeing them break up, obviously being in that moment, seeing all their history. And now when Seth Rollins, like, we're closer to the end than we are in the beginning. Like, that moment hit home for me because I like grew up with these guys and have grown up, with the Shield and the breakup of the Shield and post Shield. And if you want to throw Mox in there, like seeing what he's done in AEW. So seeing these guys all evolve and the kind of recognizing like we are closer at the end. It was a little bit of an eye opening there because, like, damn, we really are there. And it's one of those things you don't think about it till it's truthfully said or brought up. But I guess I'll throw it over to you, bro. Your thoughts there on the Seth and Roman, how we feeling about it. Again, I'm excited for it. It doesn't need much story, so that's why I'm not really realistically too mad about it. But again, I think it's the way that we got there where it could have been better, well executed.
Yeah, I think you pretty much hit everything head on. Obviously you don't need to, like, how you say, like, you don't need to build on the story because the stories are in there. All you have to do is just pull like stuff out of the bag from their history. Going back all the way down. So you could probably even go back to developmental when they were down like in FCW and the beginning of NXT essentially. But yeah, it's kind of weird to think if this is in fact like maybe one of the last few times we will see them in the fighting for the title. I'm assuming they're probably going to headline main event night 2. I would assume, especially if they're going to build this into, the way they're projecting it to be. How we got here, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I think also like if Seth had won King of the Ring, I also think you didn't need to have him win King of the Ring. Obviously, because look at how they went this direction. I think it probably would have been. I think it would have been more feasible to have not necessarily Oba lose, but like maybe someone else win King of the Ring and then kind of just hover around the undisputed WWE title because we all know what's going on SmackDown and that chaos that's becoming between Cody, Sammy, and Gunther. So I mean, obviously the King of the Ring's not like a cash in, but it is kind of like, hey, you get your title shot. So it kind of just I didn't like the way they did Oba. He kind of just threw away the title shot away. I probably would have liked it more if Brock cost him the match and stuff like that. But who are we gonna have win it? You know, you have to go back and look at the bracket. Like I'm not having Jay win, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go back and like look at the bracket to see who would realistically would be a feasible winner and possibly challenge for the undisputed title at SummerSlam. But I guess they didn't go that route and went the way they did because of the. I haven't seen the SmackDown spoilers, but from what I've heard, something doesn't sound good and something doesn't sound fishy. I'm seeing a lot of the John Cena Rey Mysterio World Heavyweight Title match on Raw, so I'm assuming, and the way Sammy's been posting himself with the belt, going around the place, it kind of makes it seem like something happened with that belt, and I don't know if he's taking it back on Friday or if Gunther took it. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I didn't get to watch this purely live as well. We were at the Lorcana GameStop event, so obviously that'll be a thing for something else. And if you talked about it in your vlog, but we won't get into details about that here. So
I just have to laugh.
yeah. So when I started seeing stuff on the internet, I was like on Instagram, and I was like, man, I haven't seen any spoilers yet. It's pretty cool. And then like literally like went back on about 5 minutes later, saw that Sammy had won. So I quickly like, reposted. I was like, let's fucking go, Sammy. That was legitimately like just happy for him. Like I've been watching Sammy since, all the way down in NXT. So it was pretty cool to see him finally when we've seen him get a couple of chances, always fell short. And so to finally see him get it, he was like he's now a Grand Slam champion, and stuff like that. So it was very well deserved in my books compared to what the internet thinks about him. It seemed to be a not popular decision, which I found a little bit more shocking. Honestly, because I know people banter like, oh, like he's this, he's that, but like to actually see him with the belt and then see people like kind of mad about it, I'm like, it kind of doesn't make sense. But I mean, if you don't like him, you don't like him. He is in reality the last true good guy that we got here in the WWE. But yeah, man, all the flowers to say, man. I hope it's not a short-lived reign that the internet's kind of making it turn out to be.
Do you know those spoilers? Oh, you don't know spoilers, right? You want to know?
I don't know. I don't. I haven't seen it. But I'm just I'm putting two and two together at this point. From what I've seen and some of the pictures, and I've heard people, like I said, calling Cody a crybaby, saying that he wanted the belt back and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't mind the spoilers because
it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
Oh, okay, so he still has the belt.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very well. I was about to say, if he did lose the belt, that would kind of suck. But I mean, it is what it is at this point. But all right, cool. I'll roll with that. But yeah, shout out Sami Zayn in front of the pod.
Yeah, no,
I know
rumor,
Mrs. Moon must have had a field day when he won the belt.
Oh, Mrs. Moon had a fucking. I had to hear from her all day when she heard when she heard Sami Zayn won. So I again did not watch it live. I wish I was. Cause I would have loved to have seen that moment live. I was at the card show.
I went back and watched the match, like I saw how he won through a clip, but then like when I actually watched the match, like it kind of felt rushed, and I was like kind of shocked to see it like how it went. Like
yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird. Like I saw the graphic and I was like, I was already at the card show. And I looked at our other brother. And I was like, dude, Sami Zayn won. And I showed him the graphic they made for him. And we like looked at each other like, dude, what the fuck? Cause then I saw the clip. Cause yeah, it was weird. Like I thought he would have pinned Gunther or something. Like he pinned Cody on a roll up. So yeah, it was a really awkward. I don't want to say awkward win, but an awkward way to get there. Cause like I could have thought of maybe a couple of different ways you could have got there potentially. But yeah, it was a really Yeah, a nice little roll up there. Not even hitting the Haluva bomb or not the Haluva bomb, the Blue Thunder bomb, the
Oh,
Haluva kick. Like not even
yeah.
doing that. Like he just wanted a roll up. So it was really weird. I would agree with that. But yeah, like and I've said it here multiple times on the pod about Sami Zayn. I have always loved Sami Zayn. He was one of my favorites, like you mentioned, that kind of echo a little bit of the same sentiment. One of my favorites down at NXT was probably one of the biggest fans and like happiest moment is when we saw him win the NXT championship, and obviously that got tarnished really quickly by Kevin Owens at that time. So like just seeing him go through all that and then going up to the main roster, his fantastic matches that he's had, with numerous guys. I can't think of one bad Sami Zayn match, and if you do have one, you're probably a damn liar. Because I've always done this pod. I've liked Sami Zayn. I appreciate Sami Zayn. It's the character that we've been dealing with the last, I'd say, couple of months. Like the babyface stuff is what kind of turns me off a little bit. Like you can only run that a certain amount of time, but when it's running back and forth, that's where it gets a little bit tiresome. This way around, or this time around, I should say, was a little bit better because I feel like he was still playing into that, but also at the same time knowing that he has like a little bit of an ego in a sense, like I'm Sami Zayn. This is like who I am. Like you guys have always liked me, so I've liked the way he's been recently. It was before like I need to win this one. I need one more. Like I need to do this. Like I need to do this from whatever. Like that's the part that was annoying. It seemed like this time around, this was just being like egotistical, annoying, kind of being a little bit of a heel. So that's where I was joining a little bit. When you're doing it as a baby face, it can get annoying, but when you're being treated and acting like a bad guy, then that's where you can buy into it a little bit. So I had no
Yeah,
problem with it.
he's kind of like that that fly that you can't just get rid of and it's just like buzzing by your head, just
Just there,
trying to
yeah,
smack it away. Like, yeah.
exactly. So I was like, I didn't hate it. Like I really don't get like and again, I think it just talks about how as good old Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson would say, like how fickle like the internet wrestling crowd really is. Like
I'm
we were
left and right that they are tired of Cody. They want somebody else gets it, and then
exactly
they complain. So it's like,
exactly like everybody's been bitching about this Cody Rhodes reign and how he's a terrible champion, boring champion, cuts the same boring promo, this, that, and the third. And we finally get something new and shocking, and you hate it for what reason? Like I realistically will want to see why someone would hate this outcome. And I really would like to have that conversation. Like I really don't see where the hate is coming from. Like I like you can hate the person, maybe you can hate the character, but from an outcome standpoint, like at least the unpredictability, like unpredictable. Like now we don't even know what the hell is gonna go on. Obviously, we have some spoilers. Cover your ears if you're not listening. Supposedly, from what I saw, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso had a match for the number one contender. So Cody has a
oh
rematch
boy.
against Sammy in Chicago.
Okay.
Um, thus
Ah,
everybody's leading to Cody winning, and then thus the returning
CM
CM
Punk.
Punk. Yeah, so that's the rumor right now. From what I saw. So who knows if that would happen? I would love a Sammy and CM Punk little feud there for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Obviously, they had a little bit of a run in earlier in the year for the vacated title. So I would love to see them run it back for the
I mean,
title.
I would also mind a Cody and CM Punk one too, if you wanna
Yeah,
if you
I'm gonna
wanna
say
go down
there's
that road.
no
So
bad way you could go there. So I mean, and obviously they, obviously the Raw after Mania, they did tease the Cody and Punk, where Cody basically said, "Hey, like I'm here whenever you want it, come get it." So I know they've teased it there a couple of times. So yeah, no, I don't get the hate. I really don't. Like I mentioned there, Mrs. Moon was having a field day finding out that she won. So my favorite thing always telling Mrs. Moon is like when we're talking about wrestling or whatever, she's like her reaction is like, "Oh God," that's always her reaction to like everything. So when I told her like, "You won't believe who's champion," she kind of stayed quiet for a little bit. I just got home from the show. I was like, "Oh, you're gonna hate it now." Sami Zayn is our new WWE champion. She's like, "Oh God," and she
he's
just
to the company. When we go to
he's the
Monday Night Raw, he's gonna be plastered right there, front and center.
he's the merch mover. He's gonna be all over our TV now. He's gonna be doing the international tours and stuff like that. So yeah, again, from a wrestling fan standpoint, I'm a big fan of it. I enjoy it so much. I think the all the posts to backstage from all the superstars kind of just shows what he means backstage to
Yeah.
people. I know the Kevin Owens one was really really cool. It would have been nice to, obviously I understand the circumstances as far as why he wasn't there, but seeing them, reconnect after that would have been very fun. And I know people have been kind of teasing him coming back. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what's going. I don't know what there's last any update. I know he was on the Great American Bash, like pre-show or post-show. I don't know what it was. Mid-show.
Yeah, he's
He was
kind of
up
like
there
mid
with,
in between.
he was there with another announcer and LaGreca, which I thought was funny. I like, because obviously LaGreca does wrestling like all worldwide. So like, I wonder what WWE had to do to pry him away to like not watch like Forbidden Door and all that stuff. Like, kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that All In London, or I think it's All In London, I believe. They have 2 shows. NXT has 2 shows that same day. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, it's down I think it's like 3 hours away
Edinburgh.
from us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
AAA
and
and
Heat Wave.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, freaking Meltzer was having a fit about that.
Well, I think Tony Khan, had a press conference today, or the other day or something. I just saw the clip today, so maybe I don't know when it was. I think it was Meltzer that asked him the question. He was like, "How did you feel about it?" And he's like, "Oh." At first, Tony was like, "Oh, I didn't see it," and then he's like, "Oh, how do you?" They did 2 shows, and he was like, "Oh," he's like, "I did see that." And Tony Khan didn't make a response, but he was like, "Yeah, so it's the biggest night in AEW wrestling, blah blah blah, Wembley, blah blah blah." But yeah, so.
I always think it's funny when people try to compare the two. I'm like, it's AAA and freaking NXT. Like,
NXT.
It's yeah, like like people will do what they want. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it really digs into their numbers that much where it's a big deal. But I mean, like none of the stuff you have to pay for, like AAA's on YouTube, and then freaking the CW PLEs are now streaming on CW TV. So which I have a gripe about because I thought that shit was gonna be on the ESPN Unlimited thing.
I was gonna ask you, did you watch it? You didn't watch it, right? No.
I had to go and watch it on YouTube the next day. Which also cut when I was watching it. I was like, damn, they had commercials during some of these matches because they cut off through some of them. So I was like, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's not a PLE. It's like a damn TV special, if you ask me.
That's really what it felt like.
Not a fan of that. This might have to be a freaking Netflix VPN kind of thing because that's just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah, I watched it on a little bit on the VPN, and then I went to the good old Casa to go watch it, and they had it on the TV. I was like, dude, I could watch it on my fucking VPN for no commercial. They did like the split screen where like it's a little small screen and then the big screen with the commercial and the ad. So
the picture in picture. Okay.
Yeah, the picture in picture. So it literally felt like a special event type thing. And it didn't feel like an NXT. Great card. Great matches all around. It was a really great card. But yeah, I just felt like a PLE. Like it didn't feel like a Great American Bash PLE. But yeah, I think that's the Sami talk there. Again, happy for him. Hopefully it is a lengthy reign. I don't know how long it will be. Hopefully, I know there's also some rumors. I'm glad it didn't happen. There was a rumors of Brock challenging it for him at Saturday Night's Main Event, and then having thus setting up Brock and Oba for the belt. Thank God that's not happening. I was a little bit worried about that. I know there are some people talking about double nights. Brock running double nights.
I low-key. Before Brock said Hell in a Cell, I thought he was gonna make like Oba put up his title shot, and I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, so I was like, God, please, like I'm enjoying this little version of Brock that we're getting right now. But please do not have him.
Him on the mic too.
Yeah,
I put it on early, and I was in the kitchen making dinner, and I was making some burgers, and I heard somebody talking. I heard Brock's music, and I heard somebody talking. I'm like, that's not Paul Heyman. And then I look, and I'm like, the fuck, Brock's cutting a promo. I was like, what is this, 2003?
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. So I was like, I'm not really mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. I'm enjoying this little late reign of Brock. I think we even talked about that when we thought he quote unquote retired. How this last part of this reign run has been pretty good. Granted, some blunders, some ripped pants in between, but it's been a fine little run there for Brock Lesnar. But hopefully this is I again would think that in about 5 weeks from now, that this will eventually be it. Which 5 weeks, no excuses for no storytelling. There should be a story with every freaking match. So please, I believe the rumor is 13-14 matches for both nights combined. So 7-7, I would think, or 6-5, whatever the hell you want to get there. 6-7, 6-7. However the hell you want to get there. So no freaking excuses. No freaking excuses.
No excuses.
Yeah.
I'm talking
But
to you,
yeah, I think
Levesque.
yeah, dude, that fucking I swear to God. If it's at slam, if it's whatever, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I've had it with this guy. I gotta watch my language. I'm gonna have it with this damn company. I can't do it anymore, man. I can't do this shit.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Jesus. But yeah, I feel like that's everything there on the wrestling front. Obviously, like we briefly talked about here, Great American Bash, fantastic match. Kendall Gray, your new NXT Women's Champion. Rand Sinclair, Sawyer Speed Champion. Saquon Sugars and Dion Lennox. Was it? Is that right? That was a
yeah.
That was a good match too. That was a good match too. Surprised me a little bit.
Zarya and Tatum match was probably
Zarya and Tatum was a good one.
The top matches of the night, honestly.
Yeah, no, that one was a really good one. It seems really like with these, don't know if you watched Tuesday as well. With also Tatum losing,
I watched next day.
I would think she's on the verge of a call up. I would think she's the next one in line, along with Lola Vice. Time will tell. I know they like to keep the couples together, so it would not surprise me if Lola goes to SmackDown with Damian Priest, and then Tatum goes to Raw. Would not surprise me one bit. Hey, we get a little Blake. Oh no, actually no, Blake Monroe's on SmackDown. I was like, we get a little Tater Tot reunion, but that would not happen. But
might have a. I mean, obviously she just got out of a tag team, but there's history between Lyra and Tatum. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get to ask you last pod. You're the biggest Lyra guy that I know. How we did see a heel vignette of her. Interesting vignette for sure.
Yeah,
looked creepy with the blue. Kind of gave me some like Black Swan vibe with the whole like the makeup's kind of smeared in between. Yeah. How we feeling on the heel turn? I know you put out an Instagram post as well talking about it. I'll open up the floor to you a little bit. How you feeling about it?
I'm intrigued. I don't know, like I did watch some of Lyra Suss NXT, not a lot, so I don't know if she was ever a heel down there. So I'm not 100% sure on that. But I have watched like in the past like old clips of her like on the indies.
Yeah.
Specifically, there is one match where I think it was probably, I don't know if it was this past December or the December prior, where she wrestled like back in Ireland and like at one of her promotions there. And she played heel, I like the way she does on Raw, where she's like mocking people like the other day, like where she was mocking like Soul when she was standing on her. Same thing how she was mocking was it Paige when she said this was her house and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I have heard that she is a pretty good heel. And determined once it all happened, I kind of got me thinking. I was a little curious about it. Like I'm wondering if this is what they were originally intended for her last year at WrestleMania. If you really think about it, they're kind of running it back the same way. Just instead of Becky, it's Bayley, and Lyra's taking the role of Becky. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? So, kind of where my head went. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But other than that, I'm all. It's a way to tell kind of thing.
Yeah. I was trying to think. Like, I don't think Lyra ever had an official like heel run like in UK or NXT, from what I remember. Because we probably been seeing a lot of the same clips of her like in her indie run, which is kind of wearing like the black, like kind of like the black gear, or like the black grayish gear. And kind of the same deal. I'm very interested where they go with that. Obviously the whole time, we thought maybe it was going to be Bayley that would turn on her, especially when they had that split persona thing going on, which I feel like they've kind of abandoned it at this point for whatever reason.
I think so.
Which that was really weird. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, I remember. I think Becky had put out like a funny tweet. I think you said the same. Like Becky literally said the same thing. She says, "See, I tried telling you that Lyra, that fraud." It kind of had the same, basically had the same thing. But yeah, it is very interesting. I saw it. I put out the tweet like, it's a damn shame that they never won tag team gold. I feel like they had like two really good times. I feel like WrestleMania was their moment to win it. And obviously the whole Nikki Bella injury, I feel like that kind of put a little bit of a gruntle on some things, which again, not their fault, but, and then,
honestly, that's why you go first. I was
about to say, I don't know if you've seen the Bayley discourse online, like how like potentially like she's been like upset, or she seems upset, like she even got like a little bit crazy and posted like all in like Mercedes Moné and her indie name, like I don't know. I don't know if
Well,
there's a
that
feet
was
thing.
Mercedes who posted that.
Oh,
That was
Mercedes.
Sasha.
Oh, okay. I mistaken.
Yeah.
I thought
I
Bailey
think it
posted
was like it was a fat thing, and Sasha posted it on her Instagram story. Because I had to go
okay.
look it up. Apparently, from what I've heard, her contract's up in 2026, at the end of the year for Bailey. So,
Oh,
um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, like the way you mentioned, like how they were supposed to win the title, like just going back to my theory of how this maybe was supposed to go to like happen last year. Like if you go back to last year's WrestleMania and remove Becky from the equation, insert Bailey like the way it was supposed to be, like Lyra really could have won those tag team titles from the Judgment Day, and then the next time Raw lose them like the way Becky and Lyra did, and then you can have Lyra turn on have Bailey turn on Lyra or vice versa.
yeah.
And that's where you kind of can get that split persona of Bailey that they abandoned. And so, but so that's what I'm thinking. I was like, man, I don't know if maybe this was the original game plan and they just, scrapped it just because Becky be back and stuff like that. So, but who knows? Who freaking knows, man?
Yeah.
I just
So
hope Lyra doesn't turn into the damn heel pin eater. Like, because to
yeah.
me, she was the babyface pin eater. She had a lot of pins at the babyface. That's what's irking. I hope it's not the same thing, just in the heel version. So I don't know.
Yeah, like that put over for like the baby faces and like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Paxley when she gets here, more Soul Wins or whoever is a face. Who else is a face on that roster right now for the women's side? EO potentially.
Yeah.
Damn, who else is a
Yeah.
face on that damn side? Damn, ain't
Uh,
Maxine anymore.
yeah, Maxine now. And Maxine's like lower card now.
Yeah.
Natty, I don't know. Natty's a heel. She's all over the
Oh,
place, though.
that's my fucking gripe too with this damn company. Before we head off to the card talk, like it's not a big deal, but again, this leads to inconsistencies. Why the
Oh, I know where you're
hell?
going. I know where you're
Why
going.
the hell is Carmen Petrovich leading a faction in
Yeah.
AAA and eating fucking pins to Jada Parker and acting like she needs to be coached by Natty? Like then
It's
that's what
not
I'm
that.
talking.
My biggest gripe is I feel like fucking AAA is like Earth 616 and then WWE is like Earth
Dude,
828.
yes.
It's like
Yes.
different
It's
parallels. They do not exist. Yeah,
literally I
because
was having
freaking Bronco Nima's in that group. And then he's gonna go back
yes.
to NXT and beat OTM. Like, make no sense.
And we got fucking Berto and Angel losing a fucking Danhausen and a
Yeah.
zombie Miz.
I
Like
don't
it
know
makes
much about that. I don't know much about that faction. But I heard it's like a really popular down in Mexico. So
yeah.
man, I don't know, dude.
I gotta send you the video. Shout out to the Slab Cartel. He did a video. He's been doing videos on Lucha Libre recently. Good, very good series. He did his
What's
first
that
one. He did it
about?
on La Barca, and then he did one here on that group. Yeah, like it was basically like a NWO version of what the way NWO here is in the States. That's the way it was for that group in Mexico. And then the one I don't know if you I don't remember his name. I'm terrible. I
Well, I
remember name.
know. I think the leader, OG leader, passed away, right? If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
and
I
it was
think.
the one from the
Okay.
Rey Mysterio incident. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the 619 is
Oh.
that's what he referenced in his videos. I believe that's what he was referring to. So that's why
Okay.
everybody was like so excited. Like if anybody knows anything about this group, like it's Ray, how close he is to the group. So like he's gonna help, especially like being the GM and being kind of on that process. I think he's gonna help with this group. But yeah, like we got fucking Carmen Petrovich in that group, and then she's over here fucking eating pins, and like Natty has her a group under like of people who don't know like what wrestling is or are rookies. Like it makes no
Yeah.
fucking sense. And like he even brought it up too when I was talking to our other brother about it, like the El Grande Americano stuff. Like they literally had a contract signed in Mexico that they couldn't touch each other, and it was not specified
And
in
then
that
they're
contract
wrestling
at
on
that
Raw.
time.
Yeah.
And then they had to like fix them, like, oh, we specified they couldn't touch each other in Mexico. Like that is the most
Yeah.
stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like you could
Yeah.
tell that it was absolutely a fuck up on them, and like, oh fuck, like we just did this on Friday or Saturday night, and now we have to make up for it. Like you could tell, like it's just off on a different fucking planet. Like you mentioned, we're on Earth 616, and they're on fucking Earth whatever. It's the ultimate universe. Like it's so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
bad.
It really is.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
I think that just shows like how not in sync, like in general terms, the booking division is. Like they're just everywhere, dude. Like
Yeah.
it don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, it's all over the place, and obviously, we can tell obviously by the product, and which is what we've been talking about for the last, couple, almost the entire year now, half a year at this point.
Yeah,
But
year and a half probably now.
yeah, a year and a half now at this point since the calendar year has
Ugh.
turned. But yeah, it's just fucking terrible. But yeah, that's our wrestle talk. Let me know in the let us know down in the comments down below what you guys think about Night of Champions. How do we feel about everything? How we feel about Ober, Brock 3, Hell in a Cell, Seth and Roman, which they're potentially proponent this here as the last time. Let us know down in the comments down below, or of course, feel free to tweet us at Moon3PO and follow RoPO here at Dallas Collects. Of course, all of our links down are in the pod descriptions wherever you are listening. Now to head off here to some really quick hobby talk here before we wrap up this episode. Some big sales coming in. Again, we don't really talk about sales, but it's kind of quiet here in the hobby talk as far as like rips, pack openings, products, things of that nature. We do have a big sale. Triple H, the finest super fractor with the Cerebral Assassin super fractor, officially selling over on the Fanatics Collect auction house, which of course we were talking about that last episode as well. So this ended here, I believe, Sunday night. I believe Sunday night. But the Cerebral Assassin cell officially selling for $11,100, making it the highest sale that we've seen for any Triple H card, and is the highest recorded Topps finest sale that we've seen to date. It is also obviously the first 5-figure sale as well. I know we briefly talked about it chatting. Again, I was talking to other people as well about this card. Me personally, it's still a good sale. The seller, that being Heel Collectible, shout out to him on pulling this card and selling it, and hopefully you're happy with the sale. I would hope so. But I've even still talking about it with people. Like, I feel like this card maybe could have done 15K, give or take. Maybe, again, we've kind of talked about it last time, kind of talking about it maybe in the different hands, different auction houses. If that's golden, if that's an eBay live auction, whatever the case may be, maybe doing a little bit higher, but still a great, again, $1,100, a little bit over $1,100, still an overall great sell for such a great card. It's such a great image of Triple H too. It's like the Attitude Era Triple H. The description's absolutely insane. So yeah, it's tops some of the higher one. I know the Undertaker Superfractor sold for a little bit over, I think, 7,500. Oh, Stephanie McMahon sold for 7,500, and I believe Undertaker Superfractor was kind of a roll around that. And the Steph one was also inscribed as well. But yeah, I don't know if you have any thoughts there. I think it's a great sell for Finest. Obviously, coming from the baseball side, Finest kind of gets trashed. That's kind of like the stepbrother of Chrome. So it is good to see a good recorded sell, especially on the wrestling side, for a Topps Finest card. Do I think it could have done a little bit better? I personally think so, but again, who am I to say? But yeah, again, I think it overall very good sell. Could have done higher, or I think could have gone higher if in the right hands or in the right auction house. Don't know if you have any thoughts there on the sale. What you thought maybe it could have done. I know we were going to talk about too how the card kind of dwindled down in price, because obviously we did see this card trying to be sold on different times. But yeah, any thoughts there on the Triple H Finest sale?
Yeah, man, I think it's solid. Like it's a nice, very looking card. Like you said, the image is a really good. I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but is this like the only card with the inscription Cerebral Assassin on it? Like, I don't know if there's other out there. Okay. So that alone is pretty dope. I mean, even just like the way the handwriting is, it looks pretty clean and crisp and stuff like that. So I love it. I was a fan with it. But yeah, 11K. I mean, that's a good chunk of human money. So have gone there, maybe. I don't know. That's not for me to determine, honestly. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, if both the buyer and the seller are both satisfied, so I mean, who are we to say what could I come for? So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think it's solid, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I haven't seen like any like negative discourse on the sale. Like, I haven't seen Heel come on and say like this.
What did you think? Totally off subject. We're not really off subject, but what did you think about the Gunther Superfractor drama? Did you see that?
Yeah. So yeah, for those that don't know, The Superfractor Gunther, I believe, sold for like 1,300 on eBay or something like that.
Yeah, I
A
think
little bit over
1100.
1,000.
Yeah.
A little bit over 1,000. I believe it was like 1,300. For those that don't know, it is a Superfractor with the inscription. Is it the general inscription? There's an
Some kind of
inscription on it.
inscription. Yeah.
There's some sort of inscription on there. It's the 1986 version of that too, which is a little bit harder to
Yeah.
hit. Not just a normal base chrome or like any other main event autograph sale that or any autograph card that he had. So sold for 1,300, and then someone in a random Facebook group took a screenshot of that card and then posted on Facebook, basically saying like, "Oh my god, like you're trashing the wrestling card hobby. Like this is something for too
Said it was too low.
low. Saying it's too low. This is trashing the market." And
I
then
think I'm mistaken too. I think that person even posted like if the seller's in here, like message him because he paid more for the card.
yes, which the seller, ironically enough, was in that group. Did see the sale, thus leading to cancel the order on eBay, and then having the audacity to take that same card, throw it on eBay on bids, thus starting it at $1,300. Now, I don't know if it's sold since then. Don't know if there's been any
I think
bids.
it did.
What did it sell for? I didn't see that.
Babyface. It was a weekly sale, and I think pause right here probably if you want to. You can come back with the actual number. I think it sold for like a little bit over 4,000, maybe. I don't know. It was on his top sales though.
Was it? Let me see. We'll look at it here live on the pod. Shout out to Babyface Breaks, who does these top 5 sales of the week.
Yeah, actually, me use car letter. Gunther. Yeah, so for 4,049.
4,049. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was on June 25th. Yeah, and it's inscribed. Yeah, Ring General. Yeah,
Ring General, and it's a 86 design. So again, it circles back to what we were talking about last pod. Like a card is going to sell for what it's worth at that time. I don't know.
I mean, I would assume that the seller was happy if that's what he listed it for. I mean, had that person maybe not made a comment about it, who would have known? Who would have known?
Yeah,
you know?
and that's the overall thing is like everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Like, and if this guy was happy with the $1,300 stuff, granted, yes, he's made out like a bandit now, taking an extra 3,000 after fees, whatever what that amount is. But I mean, it comes from again education. Like, I would, if I was the owner of that card, granted, I know the space and know the superstar, doing a little bit more research, like, okay, like what can this go for? What have others gone for? Kind of making your bases off there. What are other similar superstars in that Gunther tier status would have gone for? Then it's making that decision of what the buy it now, would have been up for and via buy it now. Again, it circles back to what we talked about last pod. Like we're talking about these WrestleMania patches, selling too low, too high, whatever. Like a card is worth what someone is willing to pay for that both a buyer and a seller agree to. So if $1,300 is what you agreed upon, who am I to say this card's worth more? As a seller, like I think you do need to do a little bit better job. Like if you think $1,300 is the right offer, like then put it up for $1,300. Like I really don't know what the problem was with that. And I think if you're the buyer of that card, you're fucking pissed because you bought a card that you thought was worth $1,300 or hell, maybe even more. And it takes some random guy off of Facebook online to say like, oh, it's not worth more. Send me a message and I'll pay you more for it. Like that to me is just like, I don't want to say shady business, but to me, it's just like lack of education, lack of doing your research. And again,
that's not good business. That's not how you do business.
Not good business whatsoever. Lack of just I saw it and I was like, yeah, that's just bad business all around. I think it put a little bit of a black eye on it because again, what are we to say what the market's worth? Like it's a 101 Superfractor. Like what are we to say about that? We can make sales on general ideas on different cards and different rarities, but what are we to say? If the seller was happy with 1,300 and the buyer was happy with 1,300, who am I to say that that's worth more? Like I'm just a normal guy, and the fact that he listened to one person and was influenced by that and then decided to do that, by all means, all power to you. But yeah, to me, it's a little bit of shady business. And I'm surprised eBay kind of let that go. Obviously, buyer protection, seller protection.
EBay don't give a damn.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. Nothing's going to change at this point. But yeah, I do think it's a little bit of shady business. And yeah, it circles back to everything that we talked about. Like card is worth what someone's willing to pay for. And it's unfortunate that I had to go through all these shenanigans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Don't know if you
Bad
have any
business,
thoughts.
man.
Any thoughts on that?
No, yeah, I just pretty much the same thing you said. I think it was just a little bit on the shady side. I think it's just bad business. I mean, if you post a car for, what you posted for, and it sells right away. I mean, obviously that's the number you had in mind for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have a set mind, set it high. It's crazy. Like, put all offers open. Offers will come in, and after a while, you can kind of get a gist of the market. So, but I mean, I don't think there's really more you can put on that. But yeah, just
like looking at other and like this thing, again goes back to like Gunther stuff. Like again, like if you're like seller, like an Astro Knight Cactus Jack sold for 5,000 March 13, 2026. There's the sale there. The Baby Milo 101 sold for 3,500.
I mean, for all we know, maybe this guy was I'm doing right and just bought Gunther, maybe to help out somebody. He just didn't know who Gunther was. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know who the original owner of the card was. So
2025 Chrome Superfractor again with the same inscription, Ring General, sold for 33,250. So I mean, I guess I can see where that comment's coming from, where like it's low, but again, it's on the seller to do your research. Like, okay, what if other one of ones sold for? And again, it's what we talked about with this podcast, and like I think I talked about that. I think I brought this up when the SmackDown patches were being pulled when the guy got influenced by a full case of Breakers of Light and 10K. Granted, that card's in a league of its own, but like again, if you're new to the hobby, you're new to wrestling cards, you're new to trading cards in general, like it's important to do your research, seek out to those who are more knowledgeable. I'm not gonna act like I know everything in the world about wrestling cards because I simply don't, and I don't think nobody else does as well. But there's a lot of great resources that you can go to. Obviously, like there's Card Ladder, there's eBay. You want to go to a direct person, like reach out to somebody, like reach out to a Babyface Breaks, like reach out to a higher tier guy in the hobby, reach out to Adam Gilman, like reach out to them, like reach out to RBI Crew. I've had some of you guys reach out to me about what the card's worth, and I have like, hey, I think that's like this is what I'm seeing, this is what I think it's worth. Like, don't let me influence your decision. Do what you got to do. I always preface that with you people, like with them, I'll be happy to give my insight. But again, circles back to what do I think is who am I to say? Like you're the holder of that card, you can do whatever you want with it. But again, I think kind of also this circles back to just like a little bit of lack of research. And again, talked about like if you pull a big card, to not be influenced by people, which this guy obviously was, but like just do your research, be smart with it, take your time, like don't feel pressure to do anything, and I think you'll be fine. But yeah, it just seems like this guy didn't know potentially what he had, didn't really do research, threw it up for 1,300, was okay with it, took it, and then was influenced by people saying like, "Oh, no, it's not worth 1,300," and then decided to once again throw it up on eBay and make an extra 3K. But yeah, it is what it is at this point. But yeah. Keeping on with some cards here. Damian Priest, for those who love Damian Priest and want to get opportunity for a WrestleMania patch, I feel like I got to do Fanatics work for you guys. The WrestleMania patch is over on Fanatics Collect. I believe it ends about 5 days. I think this one here is the one, even though it's Damian Priest, is the one to keep an eye out for. Because, like, are we going to see a patch that goes below 1,000? Because it's Damian Priest, not the biggest name in the world. I don't think so. But again, who the hell am I to say? But this one here with his booking, being a tag team champion with Ron Killings, R-Truth, like
weapon time.
It's he's one of those names where I think this one here, as far as a recorded sell, will set the market for those kind of guys who are kind of like just tinkering around, like the Ivars. I think it just started. I think it's like at $5.
Oh, okay.
last time I saw. Let me see. Hold on.
Because right now the lowest is Ray Phoenix, right? Technically
recorded, recorded. I think what was it, like 3,600, something like that. What the hell does Fanatics collect? Right, Fanatics, yeah.
Was it like around 6,000?
Oh yes, 6,300. Yeah, 6,300. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'll go past that, honestly.
For Damian Priest. I don't see.
He's just those guys where it's like he has a very niche market. Like you You either like him or you don't.
Yeah.
So, I've actually been more fond of him ever since he got out of the Judgment Day. Just something, I don't know what it was about him. The Judgment Day was just a little weird. Seeing him on his own was pretty good. Like I enjoyed his feud with Aleister Black. And then seeing him now with R-Truth is just funny. So, yeah, a little bit more fond of him now than it was back in the day. But I don't know. I might go on a hunch and say that he might set the lowest. I don't know if he'll pass Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't think it would pass Phoenix. Man, this app is fucking broken. I look up Damian Priest and it's not even on here.
Maybe they've Taylor took it down.
Like what? That's what the whole freaking issue with this platform is. Like you have Fanatics Collect, you have Fanatics Live. You're trying to integrate the two, and it's just a big old mess. Like this, man. Like I don't get it. That's
I don't mess with
got
Fanatics Connect. Yeah,
neither do I. That's why I like. I think that's why people don't like know about any of this stuff like ever hitting. Like,
yeah.
I don't even see anybody else like talk about it because it takes like somebody that actually like who observes that platform to know. I just happened to see a screenshot of like, oh, like I didn't even know because again, I'm not actively going on Fanatics.
Like you want me to see it? Just send me the link and I'll click the link and I'll look at that.
Yeah, like this app is just freaking terrible. Like I really don't get it what they're doing. It's just bad. But yeah, Damian Priest is over on Fanatics Collect. If you can go ahead and find it, unless I'm a freaking idiot, it is on there. Go find it. I think it ends like in 5 days or something like that, but it is over on there. So be interested and to be one to watch for sure. Another one here, another set that we briefly talked about here is 2026 Topps Decade 90s edition. I had a lot of people messaging me about this one, asking me if I was going to make videos about it or cover it. I straight up just said no, because it's not in the States. It is in the UK. So not a lot of people got their hands on this set, obviously for that reason. From what I've been hearing, there are some people who did, as far as the US, did get their hands on some boxes. Some breaks will be loaded. I don't know where, if that's going to be on Fanatics Live and or on whatnot. But I just didn't feel like it made much sense for me to talk about a product that I know most of us either one physically won't get their hands on, or two is going to be very limited in break. So it just did not make any sense for me to talk about this product. The more interesting thing with this, obviously, it is 90s based. So if you grew up in the Attitude Era and you like this stuff, this may be the set for you to chase potential singles. Obviously, the singles I would think will be a little bit higher just because, again, it is only US based, UK based product. So I don't know the print runs. I don't even know like how many boxes are being allocated or things like that. It is one autograph per box from what I'm seeing. I mean, yeah, the cards look cool. I mean, there's some cool like looking things. Obviously, 90s nostalgia. If you're into all that, obviously, I didn't grow up in the 90s. Only had 2 years into the 90s. I was just a little bit of a young in there. So if you're into this kind of stuff, this may be the set that you potentially look out for. Obviously, the more interesting thing to come out of this set, was the autograph cards. Like we were kind of talking about it off pod. There are some people who are no longer with us who do have autograph in this set. Roddy Piper being one of them. He does have autograph in this set. Terry Funk having autograph in this set. So there's a couple of names in here that again are no longer with us that do have some autographs. So it does make some interesting discourse as far as how that's going to go. Are they going to be cut autographs? If you're not familiar, cut autograph meaning that the autograph was on a different item. They then cut it and put it in the card. We typically see it in like a lot of like history cards or like comic book style cards, like we see like in Marvel. And there are some like really cool like triple and dual auto. There's a dual auto of Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, dual auto of Undertaker Kane, a triple auto of Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels and Diesel, another triple auto of Kane, Stone Cold, and Undertaker, which I don't know where Kane fits into that. If I'm being completely honest, again, maybe I'm just an idiot and don't know anything about 90s wrestling, the Attitude Era. I know they probably wrestled, but I don't know exactly where Kane would fit. I can't think of a feud where Undertaker, Kane, and Stone Cold were involved, unless I'm wrong. Right?
Yeah, they were like the 90s.
Like all three of them at the same time?
I don't see why not. They were there.
Damn, they were there. I can't confirm. Okay, maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. I don't know.
I think I want to say I think Kane won the belt in What year was it? 99? Hold on, I gotta check this out. Hold on.
I
He
know he
won. He
won it,
won it
and
off Stone Cold, I think.
he only had it for like a day or two. It's like one of those shorter reigns.
Yeah, he didn't have that. He didn't have that
I
long.
see that I do know. I'm talking like a feud where all three of them are involved, like at the same time.
Hold on. Where the fuck is it? I don't give a shit about his political career.
Because you can make the deal about like Michaels and Diesel with Hart, kind of. Wait, no, not even that, because Diesel was gone, wasn't he? I don't fucking know. I didn't grow up in that.
Diesel, the what again?
Like, was Diesel already involved? Like, with which was Diesel and Shawn already? Like, I know they were obviously a pairing, and they were tag team champions. But like, was Bret Hart also involved? Right, they were with the Hot Foundation. Or am I tripping? Shit on that too?
It's blurry. I mean, I don't know for sure.
Because I'm thinking, like, my head when I think of Michaels and Hart, obviously I go towards like when Diesel and Kevin Nash was already in WCW.
Well, Shawn and Diesel did feud over the belt over the WWE title. So
yeah,
and I think he left like shortly. I don't know. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to watch a fucking Attitude Era documentary again. And now my head is scrambled. But I mean, yeah, when I'm looking at it, it looks pretty cool. I mean, you talk to a wrestling fan and you'd be like, oh, when did you watch wrestling? Did you like wrestling? Like, oh yeah, I remember the Attitude Era. That's like one of your like more typical response. So it is pretty cool that they did this. It sucks that it's only in the UK. I didn't know that it was actually there are going to be some breakers with some breaks. So I would honestly keep an eye on that. Just glancing on it, it looks like they're paper cards, so not chrome stock, because I do see they're foil fractors. So that'd be a thing to keep an eye on. If you're not a fan of paper cards, this may not be a set for you. But yeah, I mean, if you're a 90s kid and you grew up this is like right up your alley. But yeah, I mean, the Roddy Piper auto, that'd be cool. I'm all down.
Yeah, looking at here further details. 36 cards per box, 6 packs of 6 cards, 3 number cards per box, and 1 autograph card in every box. Numbered is foils out of 5s, out of 10s, 25s, golds, 50s, your same old jazz.
I was right.
So what were you right about?
Kane did win the WWE title, and he won off Stone Cold 1998. That's why you don't remember it. I don't think you were born yet. Or if you were, it just happened like a day.
I knew Kane had the shortest reign. I knew that. My idea was like,
but I knew he took it off Stone Cold, and I want to say he might have lost it to Undertaker. Maybe I don't be surprised. Thanks.
Maybe. I guess my correlation was just like going towards like, okay, were these guys ever a feud at the same time? I don't know why my brain went to that, because typically we see like triple autos of guys that are either like a tag team or like they're involved in the same feud or whatever the case may be. Like, my brain was like, okay, is there a feud where it involved Kane, Undertaker, and Stone Cold? Like, you could have done like, I don't know, Kane, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and Shawn Michaels. Like, I don't know, but that's just where my brain went. That's where my brain was like, that's a kind of like a, I don't want to say awkward trio, because obviously those are key standpoints and key pillars, I guess is the proper word of the Attitude Era. But that's just where my brain went with that. It's going to be interesting to see if these obviously for the superstars that are obviously still with us, are they sticker autos? Are they on card? Obviously, again, it's a UK product.
I got your answer here for you, my dog.
What you got?
So it says at Breakdown in your house on September 27th, Kane, The Undertaker, and Stone Cold competed in a triple threat match for Austin's WWF championships.
All right.
Kane and Undertaker were prohibited from pinning each other, so they pinned Austin at the same time. There you go.
All right. Well, I stand corrected. All right. I stand corrected.
There you go.
All right. I do stand corrected. There you go. Man, it's not in my podcast anymore. I'm gonna give you the feed. This is yours now. But yeah, I stand corrected on that. But yeah, with these
in Attitude Era segment on here.
An Attitude Era. Yeah, actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Here's your Attitude Era, your Attitude Era segment of the day or segment of the pod. Yeah. Back in 1999 in your house. This is what happened. So
yeah.
Moving on.
Today in WWE history.
There you go. But yeah, interesting to see if these are sticker on card. So I don't even know, the top website doesn't even have a release date for this yet. So yeah, will be something to keep an eye out there moving forward.
Is it
Again,
on the Beckett website? Let me see. Is it on here?
I didn't check Beckett. I just
Mm,
I just saw it on here. Cause yeah,
it's
looking at some of the pictures.
173 cards, which is a weird ass number. I don't know what that number signifies.
Yeah, like even looking at some of them here, like some of them look on card. Like it's weird.
That's wrong. It says the release date was June 15th, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird because like one of the pictures they have promoting it's a duel of Kane and Undertaker. Like Kane's a sticker, but Undertaker is on card. So it is weird.
Yeah, there's some
But I don't even
there's some
freaking
listings
trust these.
on there's some listing on eBay, but they're pre-sales and they're running like about a little bit 250 to 280. But of course, it's like $100 in shipping fees because you got to freaking import it and
Get
all
it
that
from
other
the UK,
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, it's something to keep an eye out for. Again, this product's really not for me. But if you again, like you mentioned there, bro, if you're a '90s guy, you're a '90s kid, you grew up on the Attitude Era. Again, I didn't. Obviously, I'm at least I thought I was well aware known of the Attitude Era. Obviously, this part I don't. Um, yeah, it's just not for me. Again, there's some cool names on there. There's some cool opportunities for some cool autographs, duels, triples. Again, if you're trying to try to buy into breaks, maybe keep an eye out for those triples and those duels because those prices will probably be a little bit pricey, and you don't want to have a 33% chance or a 50% chance on hitting the card. So maybe best to like either look at both superstars and or all potentially all three. But yeah, that's gonna be it here as far as of the wrestling card talk, the wrestling pod talk. Again, let us know what you guys think about everything here down in the comments down below, or again, feel free to tweet us here or message us at Moon3PO. And of course, you can follow Bro Pio here and message him over at Dad Who Collects. But before I wrap everything up officially here, Bro Pio, any final thoughts here for the good old listeners that collecting the 1, 2, 3?
yeah, you ready for a little American style this or that?
Oh God, let's do it.
Brought to you by ChatGPT. Back with another actually this or that is presented to you by Dad's Collectibles, where one more card won't hurt. All right. So I went up to ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT, give me 8 wrestlers that either did like an American gimmick, were associated with like something America wise. So if don't yell at me, if you're not happy with the wrestler, why these picked it. I don't know. Ask ChatGPT. That's not my question. All right. So it's gonna be just wrestlers. Pick either or. It could be for any reason, whether you like them more than the other person, or you thought they were funnier, or they had more belts. However you want to do it. It's a random ass list. That's gonna be interesting. So we got our first round matchup between the Real American Jack Swagger and the
Oh God.
American Dream Dusty Rhodes.
Oh God, I feel like you got to go Dusty Rhodes on that one. Easy.
Yeah.
Arguably the best promo in all of wrestling. Jack Swagger. I'm a bad man. Have you ever seen that bad bro? And I got one hot smoking wife. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, that's an easy one. You gotta go. You gotta go, Dusty. I mean, it's literally in his name.
Oh man.
Next one, we got a couple of little oldies for you. We got the Lex Luger on the Lex
Ooh.
Express, or Slaughter, or I should say SGT Slaughter.
SGT Slaughter.
If you're Tiffany, we didn't even get to talk
Jesus.
about that, but that's gonna be for
Oh man. I love that Danhausen and also like trolled her on that. It was absolutely
Me too,
hilarious. Oh man. Ooh. That's a tricky one. That's
Both
a
wrestlers
tricky
were
one.
not in your era, but
Not in my era.
you seen some. I know you've seen some clips of them.
Yeah. Sergeant Slaughter turns me off because I know he also had a heel persona where he technically turned on
He
America.
did. Yeah,
And Lex Luger, I
did.
think about him in those like red, white, and blue, like tidy whiteys. So I'm gonna go Lex Luger on that one.
Yeah, with the Lex Express. Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was supposed to win that title at SummerSlam, funny enough, he never did. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I would
all
go
right,
Lex Luger, just the fact of that, and because Sergeant Slaughter at one point turned on America.
that is true. I'll go with that. All right, so let's get out of these two so we can move on. So let's see who's going to the finals between the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and Tidy Whitey, Lex Luger. What do we?
That one there. Got to keep it with the American Dream. Got to keep it on with Dusty
Yeah,
Rhodes.
the American Dream, maybe at the Great American Bash.
Hey, that's
All
a good
right,
impression.
that's what I do, man. All right, let's go down to the other half. Let's see who's gonna meet the Dream in the finals. We got Kurt Angle versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh.
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 And if you've seen them old clips of Jim Duggan, you know that boy was waving that American flag proud.
Oh man.
Bro.
That's tough. You got to go with the Olympian. You got to go with Kurt Angle with a broken freaking neck. Shout out Kendall Gray with the Kurt Angle inspired gear too. Yeah, you got to go Kurt Angle on that one for sure.
You got the Hacksaw was if he was in another side, he might have been.
Oh yeah, if he's going against Lex, yeah, or going against freaking SGT Slaughter, yeah, he's an automatic.
Yeah,
Dusty's a little bit tough.
Last
but yeah,
one,
that's an automatic.
Yeah, who's gonna meet Kurt Angle? This one threw me off because it actually gave me a group. We got American Made with the Creed brothers and formerly Chad Gable against, of course, he had to be in here, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, damn it. I've had my discourse. If for those who don't know, I've had my
if you
my
know,
fair
you know,
share.
Man.
If you know, you know. I've had my fair share of takes on the good old Hulkster, R.I.P. brother. I feel like for this alone, we'll have to pick Hulk Hogan. Just for who he's going against. I thought it was gonna be some fucking foolery like him versus like Mr. America. That's where my brain was going.
It didn't give me Mr. America. They should have gave me that one instead.
I thought it was going with that kind of foolery. But yeah, this one here, you got to go Hulkster there. R.I.P. brother, you got to go with the Hulk Hogan on that one. Just because who he's going against.
Yeah, which now leads us to Hulk Hogan versus Kurt Angle.
Easy pick there. Got to go Kurt Angle over the Hulkster. Olympian, won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. It does not get more American than that. I think he's probably more American than Hulk Hogan.
It always mind boggles me that like he spent like a lot more time in TNA than he actually did like in.
It is weird, right?
It's an insane, little crazy fact, but yeah, he did. It's crazy.
Yeah, I honestly did not notice that until his interview with Chris Van Vliet, where he talks about it. He's like, he feels like his run was better in TNA just due to the longevity and the match that he had, which obviously, if you go back and watch some of the TNA matches, that dude was putting on.
Every time I see that dive on Abyss when he flips, gotta watch it every time, dude. Get me pumped up.
Fucking flip and
and it's so clean, like he just like cleanly like just glides to the air and cannonballs on him. It's just, oh man.
Yeah.
But who are we gonna crown winner of this American bracket between the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle? This one's rough.
Yeah, that one's tough. Damn.
Oof.
I feel like there's not a bad answer here. I really don't. Do you go with what America was built on? The American dream, the working hard, the cowbell, the everything you think about America hard times,
times.
Which arguably we could say we're still in those hard times.
That's true, man.
Dusty there, and then you got Kurt Angle again, Olympian, broken freaking neck, gold medalist, multiple time champion too. Dusty obviously never winning it. That's Cody's story. Damn, this is tough because obviously I watched more Kurt Angle.
Yeah, same here. I mean, obviously I didn't.
Yeah, obviously
I didn't watch anything Dusty, but I mean, obviously we did see a little bit of his like his later run when he had it with Cody and Goldust.
Yeah.
And then obviously we know about his, his NXT children in a sense
Yeah.
when he up and ran that. Kurt
I
Angle
think
is
from
unfortunately didn't watch his TNA run because I was such a fed boy back in the day where I only watched WWE and didn't watch anything TNA. So I missed a lot of that. It's all clips for me and rewatches and stuff like
yeah.
that. Obviously his final WWE run was I mean, obviously not as great. He wasn't the same Kurt Angle that we knew from back in the day, to like injuries and stuff like that. Got retired by possibly returning WWE Baron Corbin. So yeah. I don't know, man. Just because I like the line you said, where we talk about hard times and talk about, hey, maybe
Yeah.
we're still in those hard times. I'm going with Dusty Rose on this one,
Yeah,
man.
I gotta go. I gotta pick Dusty. I think
I'm going
he's
Dusty.
the embodiment of America, in my opinion. Like working hard, living your dream, coming here for a better opportunity, still being in those hard times, fighting for your freedom. It feels like we live in by going off a tangent, living in a country where not even everybody is equal and or treated fairly, and however you want to perceive that. But I feel like some of those same morals and promos that again that you just hear from clips from Dusty, like they're still living in embodiment of today. Like if someone was to cut that promo right now, like it is still a realistic and a real life promo that you could believe in. For that alone, and again, I obviously have gone back and watched some of his older stuff and older matches, stuff like that. That itself is America right there. That cowbell. He's just a common man. Working hard with his hands.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the intro for this pod. They're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Oh man.
We're gonna have
So,
to congratulations to the American Dream, Dusty Rose. We're gonna have to get either Cody's bus address, or we're gonna have to get the WWE headquarters. We're gonna mail them the plaque of winning the collecting the 1, 2, 3s, this or that American
edition.
wrestler presented to you by Dad's Collectibles, or one more card won't hurt. Shout him out.
Shout him out. Shout out Dusty Rhodes. Did you still have his DVD at your house? Did we have? I think we had that one, right?
Shoot. I don't know. I have a bunch of I do have a bunch of wrestling DVDs here. I do need to go through them. I don't know what I have. I still need to go through that magazine bin that I have in the garage too. Yeah. That's
the fucking gold mine right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, TBD, work in progress.
But yeah, I feel like you got to go Dusty Rose. I feel like there's no wrong answer on those two, but I feel like
you can make an argument for either or.
Yeah, and I know there's probably somebody maybe listening to this is like,
oh,
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, go do some research, buddy, and you'll know why.
Yeah.
Go do some.
Make your own list, then.
Go make your own. Who you picking out of all those? Let me know. And
make your own damn list. Yeah.
It tells me where you're at as a person.
Yeah, let's see. Who else? Honorable mentions, American wrestlers. Kendall Gray, obviously. Gray.
I'm surprised ChatGPT didn't say John Cena. They do freaking announce Osama bin Laden dying. You thought you would have been.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Who else is American?
Dude acting like he did it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Obviously, Cody Rhodes, but that's American Nightmare. So I don't know if that's,
Yeah.
But honorable mention.
Nightmare world we're living in. So yeah, it could have been up.
Zeb Coulter, the manager for Jack Swagger. Honorable mention.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one. You can make a case for Chad Gable by himself.
That's true.
Damn, who else?
That is true.
Who else is American?
Was Mark Henry ever like in an American gimmick? He wasn't. I know he was like an Olympic bodybuilder, but I don't know if they ever gave him that gimmick.
I don't think he ever had one. Not that I think of. Not that I could think of.
Yeah. Tori Wilson at the Great American Bash poster.
Shawn Michaels for humping the Canadian flag and putting up his nose.
Yeah.
I know. I saw. I don't know what the hell I was watching recently. Was it? Where did that pop up? I forgot where that popped up, but like I think they're talking about Shawn Michaels. It's like a montage of the shit they used to do. Like it's the
Oh
clip of him, like
man, yeah,
it's sort of the clip of him like humping the Canada flag, and like obviously I remember him putting
yeah,
up his nose. That dude was a fucking
yeah.
menace.
That Peacock documentary they did at him did that stuff no justice. It was
Yeah,
briefly mentioned. I think you have to go and watch the A&E one. That one's pretty
yeah,
good because that even goes a little bit more detailed into the uh the banter between him and Triple H during the era when he was coming back and when he left, like when they really got into it. So yeah, that Peacock documentary didn't really talk about it, but the
yeah,
A&E one's pretty good.
yeah. The
Something
A one
too, but
is pretty good. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That dude was a fucking
yeah,
menace.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. I'm trying to think of I think that's I think that's everything else I can think of right now.
Yeah.
That at least I can think
Those
of.
were, yeah,
I don't
me
know.
too.
Maybe we're missing somebody. Let me know in the comments down below. Let us know who we're missing. Who, when you think of America, who are you picking there as your top tier wrestler, or out of those 8 superstars, who's coming out of your bracket? Again, let us know. Unless it's Hulk Hogan, I don't want to hear about that. Just proceed to log off and don't listen to this podcast ever again.
Not gonna work for me,
Uh,
brother.
but yeah, that will be it. Any final announcements that you have, bro? Before I throw it over to myself. Any final announcements there on your end before we officially wrap things up here?
Nah, man. I think my brain is fried.
Yes.
I really don't got much.
Yeah.
eBay sale is back on. Buy 2 get 1 free. So come on
Buy
now.
2 get 1 free. Buy 2
There
get
you
1
go.
free. Go check out the eBay page again. All of our
Shut
links
up.
are down below, so make sure you go check that out. If you want to go support either myself or Dad Who Collects Her, again, all of our links down below. All right. Final thought here on my end, really quickly. I know we kind of talked about it really briefly on the last pod. We'll kind of obviously still talk about it off camera, get into more of an official discussion as far as what to expect moving forward. But something we did briefly talk about, an extension of the podcast. We are making another extension of the podcast. Again, the way my brain likes to think about it is like a network that we are building a network here. And I feel like we've had a pretty decent audience in order for us to do that. So we do have another extension of the pod. Again, we don't know logistics as far as right now, scheduling, things like that. So just do keep that in mind. But there is going to be an extension of collecting the 1, 2, 3. It is collecting beyond the 1, 2, 3, where that is going to be everything pop culture, everything TCGs, everything movies. We kind of talked about it last pod again, talking about how we kind of hinted in this episode, kind of talking about Disney Lorcana. We've had our real deals of Pokemon. Mrs. Moon is involved in Pokemon. Our brother right now, Noah, is unfortunately involved in Pokemon for all the wrong reasons, but he's also involved. So kind of talking about all that. That's going to be, again, the way I like to think about it is kind of, if you guys listen to the podcast Hobby Nonsense, that's kind of what my brain is kind of going towards, where we just kind of talk about everything that's involving, TCGs, pop culture. We talked about the Lorcana event. I'm doing a TCG tournament in a couple of weeks, where I'm exploring to Magic the Gathering. You're obviously more into the Star Wars realm. Marvel Tops Chrome has just came out. So kind of, again, be a little bit of a pod where we could just talk about things where, things that still do excite us, like we were into years ago, comics, all that kind of good stuff. Don't know, again, how long these episodes are going to be, when they're going to come out. So it's something here that we're still in the works of. We're obviously still going to talk about it here moving forward. But again, it is an official announcement here that collecting beyond the 1, 2, 3 will be hitting the Cardboard Dugout collecting the 1, 2, 3 network. So these episodes will be live on Spotify and will be live on YouTube and or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts. So yeah, it's something very exciting. I'm very excited for it. It's something that we talked about the last couple of weeks here. So I'm excited to finally get intuition. Obviously, again, we'll talk about it further. Don't know, again, if you have any thoughts on that before we wrap everything up here on our end on the announcement of collecting beyond the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no. I'm excited. Like I said, if we go back to the last spot where we talked about it, this is when we first talked about branching into another pod. We wanted to do, baseball and then wrestling all in one, which makes sense. So kind of at the same crossroads where we don't want to mix wrestling with, like, TCG stuff, Star Wars, Marvel. Even though you may be into that, um, we'll want to dedicate its own time to it. I wouldn't expect the other side to go as long as we do here. I feel like there
Yeah.
might be a little bit less banter when it comes to like TCGs and Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that. So obviously that can also just we can be it's not gonna be just pop culture, but it could just be like pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So I would expect it to go, long as like how we tend to do sometimes here. We tend to get off track and ramble about shit that doesn't
Oh,
even make sense in the wrestling world.
there might be some
Yeah.
banter. Top Star Wars, rank your Star Wars films, rank the
Yeah.
whole MCU, rank the DCU. I think there might be some friendly
There's
banter like
length
that.
there's length potentials. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm excited. It's stuff that we like to talk about, stuff that we're passionate about. So
Yeah.
the convos flow easy, and it's not really something I have to prepare for really in a sense. Just give me what we're talking about, and I can go on and on. So kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for it. I've already been talking to some people about coming on and kind of just talking about like the TCG space, all that kind of good stuff. So no, definitely it's gonna be very exciting. So I'm very happy for it. Again, make sure you are just tuned into the socials for all that. So make sure you are keeping update for that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the pod. Again, thank you guys for listening, watching, supporting, wherever you're listening and watching us from. Again, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Again, wherever you're listening, and enjoy your 4th of July. Hopefully, it's a fun and safe one if you are celebrating. And yeah, that's going to be on my end and our end as well. Thank you guys for listening, watching, and we will see y'all on the next one.